Sphinx of Black Quartz. Oh, are we going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
my vow.
judge my. Yeah, I was just doing my vocal exercises. Okay. Yeah. So this podcast is brought to you by Zuckerberg Private Investigating Services. They won't sell your information, but they'll find you good.
That wasn't what we
That
rehearsed,
was
but
not
was
what
it?
we rehearsed. No, I forgot.
That's all right. Welcome to episode 13 of the Ensmarten
Lucky
Yourself
number 13.
podcast. You know, I had for lunch today. It was like this. They were bread rolls, right? But they were in a bag that said damper inspired rolls,
Yeah,
which tells me it's not actually a damper roll.
it's just inspired by.
It's inspired by damper rolls.
So it's just inspired. Pardon me. So it's just so. Is it just a regular bread roll?
It's a
inspired?
regular bread roll, but it looks like a damper roll. Like, you know
Oh.
those ones with the flour on top?
Yeah. But like,
I felt personally violated.
did they? Well, what's damper? They're missing something, isn't it? It's missing like egg or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just.
Oh, like damper's just like flour, water, and then maybe some salt and sugar, and you boil it.
And then
You don't boil
eat
it.
honey with it or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's bush tucker.
Oh, my bush tiger. But yeah, no.
You're going to tell a story about some. I don't think we can say what kind of shop he owns because. But
He was a crackpot.
A merchant you met.
Yeah, he's a crackpot. So I was at work and had this gentleman come to my desk and I was like, we're just doing whatever, and he's like, oh blah, and I said, stupidly, now that I look back on it, I said, oh yeah, we did a podcast, the most recent episode, conspiracies, we had and he's like, conspiracies, and he's like, do I have a story for you? And I'm like, I didn't ask, but sure.
You never have to ask.
And so yeah, no, this guy literally he just springboarded straight into so he started with like, oh yeah, look, the stem cell research, it's really big now. And I'm like, yeah, it's actually interesting what they're doing with it. And he's like, oh, but like Australia's ethics committees won't do it. The place you got to go to is you got to go to like the Middle East to get it done. I'm like, probably not going to go to the Middle East to get anything
So
done.
he started out. Ooh. So he started out light.
Yeah, and he so he goes, so yeah, he kept going about it, and he's and so he was like, and the way this is word for word the way he explained it to me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, they get stem cells, they inject them in your eyes, fixes your eyesight. And I was like, I think you might be missing a couple of steps in there. And he's like, no, that's how it's just that, it's that simple. And I was like,
I mean, that definitely works for some stuff.
But like,
But like,
no.
I don't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that it would work like that for eyes.
Yeah, and he's like,
We'll have to ask Mel Gibson. Because he goes to Panama to get like stem cells just injected into his bloodstream.
wow, really?
Mm.
Before?
Well, so he first went because his dad was like 90 and broke his hip. And they're like, all right, he said, all right, how can we fix your hip so that you can actually walk again? So they went to Panama. It's not Panamania.
It's Panamanians.
Panamania is what you get when you're obsessed with Panama.
Well, Panamanians, that's what you...
Yeah.
Panama. Or
Anyway,
Panamites.
It's like Canada. Anyway, so he took his dad to Panama, and then they gave him stem cells, and they also gave him just like
Regular.
intravenous stem cells. So like they injected it into his hip, but just for good measure, they injected it into his arm as well. And then like suddenly every aspect of his life his health starts to get better, and like he can get erections again. That's a bit rude, but and
I mean,
like
he was 90.
he was 90, yeah, and then he's like suddenly he's jogging and riding a bike again.
Jeez.
And then Mel Gibson's like, oh, I got to get some of that because like he did his shoulder wrong or something, and then so he gets stem cells put in now.
Wow. Okay, but no, yeah, back to my guy. And he's like, they just inject in your eye and it'll just, and your eyesight fixes. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And so then he's like, he starts, he goes on a couple of different tangents, which I ignored because I was working. And I just did the, oh yeah, cool, yeah, yeah. And so he goes, and then he's like, look, cure for cancer, it's out there. They know what it is. They just want to make money off it. Anything you can make money off, Google and the government will try to stop you. They want to make the money because they make too much money off cancer
And Google,
and Google,
right?
right? And so he then starts going. He's like, cure for AIDS, hydrogen peroxide. And I was like, I didn't say it, but I was like, really? And that was another mistake that I made because it put him on another tangent. He actually left my desk, left the store, then came back in and was like, "Oh mate, I just got to tell you more." And I'm like, "Please stop, please don't." But no, yeah. And so he goes, and he's like hydrogen peroxide, and I'm like, "Yeah, like it was used for like cleaning people's teeth, like 40 years ago."
Yeah, I thought it was a hair thing.
Yeah, I thought it's
Is it like hairspray?
I have no idea.
I thought
But yeah, no, he's like, yeah, just a small glass of hydrogen peroxide a day, and I'm like, that sounds more than poisonous. I'm not gonna do that.
what?
Oh yeah, and he's like, it'll cure AIDS, and I'm like,
Does he drink a small glass of?
I didn't ask. At this point, I was just like, I need to work.
Like you know,
Please leave.
it's bad enough that he knows where you work now.
Yeah, whatever.
Like for a second when you told me this story earlier, I was like, "Oh, we should get him on the podcast." And it's like, "Oh, I don't want him in my house, really." And of course, everyone right now, there's a bunch of people who are like, "Oh, these government shills."
Yeah,
Like they went after conspiracy theories, so obviously the lizards called them and threatened them. We got too close to the truth.
Yeah, it's and he also was like, so we went on a tangent about Google for a bit, which I listened to, and he's like, so he didn't sneeze though. He was like, look, Google makes too much money out of keeping you away from like the truth, and I was like, no, they don't. Google makes most of their money of websites paying them to come up first.
Yep.
Right.
And then like advertising is second, I think.
And then advertising is on top of that as well. So it's like, no, they don't. They don't make their money off that. I really wanted to just be like, all right, cool. You're a crackpot. Sorry, mate. Time's up. And then yeah, he left and came back and was like, I got to tell you more. And I'm like, sorry, man. I just got to go out the back for a second.
Oh, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
All right, we call his place of business.
Oh no, he owns the place of business.
I know. We call it.
Oh, okay.
Wait for him to pick up the phone, and then you know how when like people think they're getting wiretapped, they're like, I heard a click at the start of the phone call.
Yeah.
You do that. So you call him up. He's like, hey, I was just interested in seeing if you carried any peroxide.
Look, I'm just
And he's like, I can't talk. No, bye.
not here. Meet me at this address. And then like you meet him and he's got like the thing where like, you know, in the movies how they like hold up a sign saying can't talk here, being watched.
And then you find out he's actually been like smuggling peroxide inside all the crap I just
Oh, we'll edit that out, whatever. He's been we'll roll back. Future Michael, roll from now. Yeah, he's just been smuggling all the
I'll put a little waveform so I know where to look.
Okay. But yeah, no. And so he's been smuggling all the peroxide in his thing that he sells.
Yes.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
That was a good wink. That was a really loud wink as well.
Oh, you got to wink loudly on a podcast because people can't see that you're winking.
Yeah. No.
Do we want people to know that we're winking?
Well, yes.
No, but we didn't wink, did we? Shit.
How does it keep making that noise? It's an eyelid. This mic's supposed to be really good. But yeah, that was my story.
Then I guess it's time to ensmarten yourself.
Is this where we roll a theme
That's
tune?
where the theme tune
cool.
goes,
Theme
yeah.
tune's there. Okay, cool.
Should we leave that in? What about this?
What about that?
What about that?
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 This?
That?
This?
Learning. Smart. Self-help. Podcast.
And big in your mind. All right, good. Welcome to the podcast. I mean, you've been listening for like 5 and 10 minutes now.
But really welcome this time.
Now you're
That
welcome.
first welcome was insincere and forced.
Yes. All right, what's our topic?
Today's topic is social media. And speaking of social media, we've got it now.
We do, yes. We now have, look, if you look in the description, I don't know what it turns up on. It's
Look
on
in the
Podman.
description, wherever the description would be on your platform of choice. There's links to
Does
our...
it come up with all of them?
Huh?
Does it come up on all of them if I just put in the one that we upload?
Oh, it should.
We'll figure it out. I don't know.
The only thing I don't know is if it updates afterward. But that's... We don't need to talk about... They don't need to hear about this.
But yeah, no, look, we still have the Gmail. If you want to send us an email, still waiting on that email. It's not from Ronald.
We have Twitter. We have Facebook. What's that other one? The little
Instagram.
camera. Instagram, yeah. When we'll be talking about all of these
We
in
had
great
YouTube, we
detail.
have YouTube as well. We had that before, but
And our strike has been taken down.
yeah,
So this is a good time to invest.
yes. But isn't it like once it gets banned, that's when the good time to invest is? Because
Well, yeah, because then it's like crack.
yeah,
So let's start with where social media started. The 1700s. Did you know that the very first version of Bebo was patented in 1787 by Sir Francis Bebo?
is this a bit?
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know, Bieber. wasn't
I'm
the
just
first one.
kidding. I'm kidding. MySpace has been around for like 2,000 years, so
Your space.
it's not our
Your
space anymore.
space? Yeah. Well, I mean, MySpace is now a music thing.
Yeah, Tom's not there. I remember how everyone was always friends with Tom.
Yeah, who was Tom?
He was the Mark Zuckerberg of MySpace.
Oh,
I don't know what he does now. I think he runs Pornhub or something.
smart.
He doesn't run Pornhub.
Oh, Tom, I'm sorry. Come back.
I don't even remember. What was his name? Anderson? Tom Anderson?
I have no idea. I used MySpace twice.
I had it I had it just before everyone went to Facebook, basically.
Yeah.
And I thought people hated me or something. Because like, I thought everyone was blocking me because there was just no new posts coming up.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's like that was the thing with Bebo as well. That was like it was like not even a thing. Bebo was just like
When it was a thing, it wasn't a thing.
no, it was just like you made a page and then you became friends with people that was like yes, you could message each other, but you might as well just email each other. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's how it didn't work that well. And you just like commented on other people's photos and I was like, yeah, I get that with Facebook, but like Facebook was different, you know.
Yeah. There was an interesting story about Bebo with our I was trying to think of a fancy way of saying school, but let's just say school.
Okay.
So there was a bunch of guys in our year who they got on Bebo and then they organized on Bebo with a bunch of other kids to get into a fight from kids from another school.
Oh yeah, they started trying to make beefs. Yeah.
Yeah, to get in a gang war basically after the year 10 formal.
Oh, it wasn't that. It wasn't, no,
Year
wait,
nine.
It was like 8.
Yeah, it was like year 8, wasn't it? The year 8 formal. So these are all like 14-year-old kids, and
Yeah, and then they bought like weapons to school and stuff.
yeah, there was one kid who had
Nunchucks.
it's a kid with like a samurai sword that he got from Paddy's Markets. Paddy's Markets is like our version of flea markets.
Except it's there all the time.
Yeah, it's always there though.
We should go to Paddy's Markets. We should buy some swords. We should buy vapes.
We should study the blade.
I mean, I would like to take up a sword martial art, but it's sort of been dampened by like
Yeah,
fedora wearing, trench coat wearing.
you have to become like actually muscular for it not.
Actually,
Well, because like if you've got any amount of pudge on you, it looks
Or
bigger.
just, like-
it looks bigger with you holding a samurai sword.
yeah, that's a good point.
Like you
Or
just,
if you're just like a weedy, skinny guy.
it's like if I'm not holding a samurai sword right now. If someone came and just put a samurai sword in my hand, I'd look like I was 200 kilos. Like that's how drastic it is.
Yeah,
They
no, I
put a
get that.
fedora on me, 300.
Put a trench coat on.
They have to wheel me out of the house. They have to cut a hole in the house to get me out. You know, like that guy in Mexico.
There was a guy in Australia that happened to. It was
A lot of people. There was
they had to take out like the sliding door at the back.
oh,
You know how the back of the apartment,
Yep.
there's like a sliding door. Yeah, same deal. They had to take like both doors off to
See-
get him out.
the I saw this messed up video. It was doing rounds on Facebook, and it was a lady who wanted to break the Guinness World Record for world's largest woman,
Yeah,
or whatever. I don't know what the nice way of saying world's fattest woman is, but anyway, as she was her
world's biggest boned woman.
yeah.
She has big bones,
Her,
Michael. She's not fat.
And her husband was just cooking. So her husband was a chef,
Yeah,
and like he was hardcore enabling her. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I eat 9 cheeseburgers for lunch."
wow.
Like just ridiculous amounts of food. Yeah. And then the chef's like, "Oh yeah, I cooked her 6 whole chickens the other night."
Wow.
And she's like, "Oh, I want to be famous. I want to get the Guinness World Record for world's fattest woman." And I'm like, or whatever it's called, heaviest woman,
World's biggest boned woman, Michael.
most massive. It was really it was just disturbing. And then of course, because it was, I don't know if it was like BuzzFeed or Vice or something, but it was, of course, they had to show us the video of her like trying to wash, like in her bed, because she couldn't fit in the shower. So like, and she literally had like a sponge on a stick,
Like a rag on a stick. I wash myself with a rag on a stick.
It was
That's a
just
Simpsons bit.
feral.
Oh, yeah, no, it would have been. It was like,
And like, sometimes you see people in videos that you can just smell looking at them.
oh, yeah.
This was one of those cases, because like I know the mechanics of being that size, right? That's the size where you need somebody to wipe for you.
yeah.
Although this guy was like a serious like enabler, so he probably did.
Yeah, he probably
He
loved
just
it.
had that look of, and here's the funniest thing: he was skinny.
Yeah, of course he was. It's like,
I'm like,
there's...
and like not bad looking either. He could have gotten better.
Oh, yeah. No, it's like... I watched this documentary, which makes me an expert on this, okay?
Yeah. We are experts on everything. This is why we're doing this podcast.
Yes. We are smartened individuals. Yeah, but no, it's like... They... I totally forgot what I was saying. Yeah, the documentary, that's right. Yeah, so it was about just these 2 fat people from the UK. One was a fat dude, and one was a fat lady. And the fat...
Just in case it was one of those gay fat couples.
No, it wasn't a couple. It was
Oh.
2 separate people. So the dude had a wife and the lady had a husband. And it was like the lady's husband vaped as well, which I thought was somewhat funny.
Vape Nation.
Vegan. Yeah, no, and so it was like it also did the showing her wash, and it was like she was literally like, all right, cool, and we'll get under here.
Oh, and it was it
And
like
then-
red underneath the roll?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like she lifted up like two at once, and she's like, "Oh my god, I get under ear, and we got a really I mainly just soak in the bath for my lower end."
That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, I was like, "That's not a good thing, man."
You need running water. I'm like, oh.
Oh no, she sat down like she was in a bathtub, and then like the shower would like hit like rain down on her sitting down in the bathtub. So like yeah,
How much water did she displace out of the bathtub?
no,
Like as she sits down, does it go?
no, the bath wasn't full. She'd sit down in the bathtub, and then just turn the shower on.
Why the shower?
No,
Wait, was there something wrong with the tap?
no, I've no idea.
Jeez.
Maybe she was higher than the tap. I don't know. But like yeah, she'd turn the shower and she'd be like, "God, I was under here." That's Scottish.
Far out.
And then like the like she didn't end up losing any weight because like she'd eat a regular dinner, right? And then she'd be like, "Oh, we need some chocolate. We got any chocolate?" And then like her husband would run off and go and get her chocolate and be like, "Here you go." And she's like, "I want some biscuits." And then he'd go and get her some biscuits, and it's like you just ate like. She had the stomach staple surgery and like.
Did she blow it?
No,
Like
I don't know.
literally, because I know of people secondhand
That have
that have
broken the strap.
so they've gotten the band,
yeah.
and then the band snapped, and they had internal bleeding. They had to get surgery. They didn't get another band put on. They just put on
Yeah.
all the weight again, and they didn't lose that much because they were eating so much, despite the fact that there was a band there that was supposed to make them not eat.
But yeah, no, and then the guy lost like a bunch of weight. Like they didn't do a before and after, which I thought was weird. Like it stopped
Bite
like
over 'em?
no, they just stopped like halfway through. They're like the narrator was like, and now we send them on their journey through to the life of losing weight. And I'm like,
No,
I
they'll
would
do a
love-
sequel.
it was on Netflix. There was no sequel.
They'll do a sequel. They'll make a follow up
Where
or
are they
something
now?
where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
But
And
yeah,
then
and also,
she'll be in it like an extra large sarcophagus. Maybe he'll still be alive. From the sounds of, from what you've told me,
yeah, she didn't lose that much weight. The dude actually did, and he was like,
because she's got that bloody enabling bitch of a husband.
oh well.
I assume.
He also had the semi-enabling wife. Like she like went and got him all this food and stuff, and he'd eat like 2 pizzas for lunch. I wish I could eat 2 pizzas for lunch, man. I wish I had enough money to eat 2 pizzas for lunch. Like large family pizzas.
Wait, like so not like our size, family size pizzas. Like
Yeah, it was like
proper family size pizzas from other countries.
well, it was the UK, it wasn't the States, so it was
Oh,
probably
so it's not
it was
like
probably the
not
same
American
size,
size, but okay. I mean, like I've eaten a whole pizza to myself once,
yeah. Oh, I've done it several times.
and it's always when I'm really hungry, and then I feel really sick afterwards.
Yeah, no, I get that. But it's like yeah, so social media it's took a long time.
Well, I saw that video of the lady trying to break the record on. Look, this one's pretty obscure. I think it's called like the Book of Faces or something like that.
the Facebook.
The Facebook, maybe.
Yeah, no, I know the Facebook.
Facepad. No, that sounds like
That sounds like a sanitary thing.
yeah. It's like figure for those kids that there was always that one kid in your class who got nosebleeds all the time. That's for
Yeah.
them. That's face pads.
Face pads, yeah. Or like iPads, where it's like it's in a pad for your eye.
Oh, that confused me so much. One time, my brother was telling me about this really, how well equipped the first aid kit at his work was. I don't know
like-
why.
he's
And he
like,
said
"Oh,
it's
yeah."
even got it's got iPads in it, and like, iPads multiple. And he's like, yeah, like little computers. He's like, no, iPads. Because I assume iPatch. That makes more sense to me
Yeah, it does.
because of pirates.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I understand. I think I was there for that. I vaguely remember that.
You probably were, yeah.
No, probably I don't know.
Yeah, you're just one of those people in my life that you're just sort of around when stuff happens.
Yeah,
But yeah, Facebook. So
the Facebook.
yeah, I first joined the Facebook in 2008,
Yeah, I would have been.
I think.
I would have been pretty shortly after.
It was after that like holiday camp we went on.
That's right. Yeah. No, I had it.
Remember the
during
one where he dropped that tire on the guy's head
Yeah.
while he was showering?
Yeah, that was so funny. And then he comes out with like this massive bruise on his head. And
But
we're
he
like,
just sounded so underwhelmed when we did it the first time. He was like, "Hey, that hurt." I'm like, "Oh, okay, sorry." And he comes out, he's got this massive bruise on his face. I'm like, "Oh!"
like, yeah, whoops.
Like 10 seconds later, well, 5 minutes later, like that was a fast-forming bruise.
Oh yeah.
I felt like such a dick.
Oh, it's so funny.
I didn't
though.
think tires were that heavy.
Oh
Except
yeah, we could have
it
killed.
had
We
the-
could have killed him if we hit him in the right spot.
It had the wheel hub in it. Now that I think about it,
Yeah, it did. It wasn't just a tire; it was a wheel and a. I mean, yeah, we could have killed him, quite honestly, but like, actually, no. Someone I regularly remember it happening to me as well. Someone did
Yeah,
it back to me.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was me.
Oh, you could have killed me.
Well, I was helping him because I'm a trader basically. I would like if I was the governor of Norway or something, I would have been the collaborator in World War Two.
Who was the collaborator? I don't get it.
There's a guy in Norway called Quisling, and he basically said, "Oh yeah, no, you can have the." He basically said, "Please don't invade us. We'll help you out during the war," to the Nazis,
Yeah.
and everyone hates him. His name's like synonymous with traitor.
Ah.
Basically, he governed Nazi occupied Norway or something like that.
Oh.
Quisling was his name,
Oh.
but I don't know what's that got to do with Facebook.
Traitors.
Yeah, traitors.
Nazis.
Traitors, Nazis, surveillance states.
Yeah. Hating on minorities.
Very popular on Facebook. Yeah, especially in the comments section.
Yeah, I love seeing any news article, like Channel 7 News or something, and it's like a harmless art. It's like a harmless news bit, but then people will be like, but like old Australian people will take it, and like old Australian bogans will be like. So, for example, I saw one about dodgy daycare centers, right?
Yeah.
And so they said, so basically, there was
Wait, what kind of dodgy? Like the ones where they're selling drugs, or the ones where they're like,
they're not like
doing things
licensed
with
or
the kids
anything.
and
They're
stuff.
not licensed or anything.
oh right, that's even milder than I was.
Yeah,
was
so
thinking,
it was pretty tame, and like it showed like a map of Sydney, and it was like, and like the pins fell on the map, being like there was 30 in this area, and it was like,
I
okay,
know where the comments are going to come from. Yeah.
yeah, and so it's like Bankstown, Albany sort of area had a few, right? But
Yeah.
like most of them were out in Penrith.
Yep.
And then like there was this commenter, because it's Facebook, I can see whatever, like, and so this commenter was like, bloody people in Auburn and Bankstown is a stereotypical Arab
There's
area.
a large population of Arab Muslims in those two areas.
Yeah. And so
Unlike Parramatta, which is a large population of Arab Catholics.
yeah. And so like they're like bloody Bankstown and Auburn, bloody Muslims getting our daycare centers, and I'm like, and so I clicked on the person's page, and it was and they lived in Penrith, and I was like, Penrith was up there as well, mate. What are you doing?
And I bet much higher.
Oh yeah, there was a bit more, but I was like, and then like scrolling through, and it's like, you see people as well. It's like, bloody, they should be shut down. That's why that government needs to step in. That's also a good one as well.
Did you ever see the Parliament House swimming race?
No,
It was horrific.
well, it was just old people, and then just like the triathletes.
Yeah, so like all the different little parliamentary groups had like their 4-person relay team.
Did the
And for
shooters-
some reason, there was photographers there. Like, if I was going to have a parliament swimming race, I'd be like, no photographers allowed.
no, you can't do
No
that.
one even to report on, like, what they looked like in their trunks. It was horrific.
You can't be like no reporters, because that's like, because then they'd be like, what are you hiding in this swimming race?
Yeah, that's true.
Are you passing bills that are illegal at this swimming? You know what I mean?
And then they'll be like, you have 7 teams of 4. That's 20. That's a quorum. You can, you know,
Or like,
you can make informal motions at this.
and then you
Why
see
is the speaker there? You know.
and then you get like, you get like the like Channel 7 does a bit on it. It's like, we tried to gain access to the annual parliamentary swimming race, but they would not let us in. I wonder why. And then you get the Facebook commenters being like, they are bloody probably passing laws to get more bloody Muslims in their country. I'm not it's
That's where they go.
that's what I call that bit right there is what I call satire, or so I said, yeah, satire. I'm not.
That's pretty accurate satire though, because like that's
Yeah.
pretty much the line of reasoning.
That's-
Everything you go on like Channel 7, someone will find a way to bring it back to Muslims.
Oh yeah, or
Unless it's
immigrants.
if it's on the Guardian, someone will try and find a way to bring it back to what's the PC version of it? Just white males, white privilege.
Yeah, white privilege. It's look like the point I'm trying to make here is, I'm not racist. That was a satire. Do not take me out of context. Oh, take me out of context. It'll be hilarious.
Yeah, like the like when we were talking about the original name of the Kookaburra.
Ah, yes. I got redacted.
I think that was yeah, I think that was probably.
Look, it's probably good.
But look, when the hip hop remix comes out, that'll.
Yeah. We should. You know what we should do is. This probably something I shouldn't. You know, I'll tell you off camera. That's actually a really funny idea.
All right.
Off camera. What
Yeah,
the hell
don't
am I
worry.
talking about?
We're off camera right now. Oh, except that camera. Mr. Zuckerberg's watching us through that camera.
Hey, Uncle Zuck, what up?
Oh, actually, I've taped over it. But
Oh, you have. I couldn't see that. I thought it was like a
look,
box.
here's the thing. I saw Mark Zuckerberg with tape over his camera in some video. And I was like, okay, I need to put tape over my camera. Because he would know.
Yeah, he would know. Yeah. So there's that meme where it's like the FBI agent texts you,
Yeah.
and so it's like, or like Illuminati texts you.
Like, yeah, you turn off your microphone and then you get a text from the FBI guys. Like, dude, WTF?
Where'd you go, man? We don't have that here. The FBI specifically.
I
We
mean,
have the Illuminati here.
We probably have them like doing stuff that we don't know about here.
We have the Illuminati here.
That's true. But aren't they everywhere?
Yes.
Everywhere except the bottom of the ocean.
Everywhere
We should
except
start a
redacted.
city. We should start a city on the bottom of the ocean to escape the Illuminati.
Production value. Mine all.
I forgot I had Ring on.
Yeah, I put mine on Do Not Disturb. Isn't that sorry, the thing on the bottom of the floor of the ocean, isn't that Bioshock?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was about to even get into like, oh, and we should have these little girls that distribute gene splicing technology. But no, it was just too. I got interrupted by
Production value going down.
yeah. Like at this point,
We're literally through the floor. We're negative production value.
yeah, Martin Shkreli. We actually have to pay Martin Shkreli money to take it off our hands. Off the first episode off our hands, that is.
Yeah, if anyone wants to buy that, I can't guarantee it.
Starting price $3 million.
Speaking of something getting sold off for millions of dollars,
Justin Timberlake bought MySpace.
did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if he's sold it since. But at some point, Justin Timberlake half owned MySpace.
I was going with the news that you told me earlier this week of something we brought up previously on the podcast. Purple.com.
Oh, yeah, Purple.com got bought.
Purple.com got bought.
Actually, November last year. But,
Oh, well, that's how often I go on Purple.com.
oh, dude, I go every day. No, that's not true. Otherwise, I would have corrected you.
But yeah, it's almost the most internet sort of thing I've seen.
So it's
It's
like
a mattress startup.
yeah, mattress startup. Another mattress startup. Because, like, that's what I was thinking the other day was, you know what, there's just not
There's not enough.
enough startups in general. but also not enough startups that will sell me a mattress.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I have an IKEA mattress. It's one of the better mattresses I've ever had.
Oh, is that that one? It's got the latex and then the memory foam on top. One.
I think it's just all memory foam.
Oh, yep.
I have no idea, but no, yeah,
But it's got memory foam as the key.
yes,
Yeah.
no, yeah, it's
They're really nice.
it's really good. Yeah, and quite honestly, it was like, I don't know, it's pretty cheap. The whole bed in itself, including like the bed frame and stuff, was $600, and there's like drawers under the bed which you had to buy separate from IKEA, and it's totally was $600. So
And mattresses are normally really expensive.
yeah, mattress is usually the expensive part.
It's like mattresses, shoes, and tires.
All things.
Three very expensive things that go between you and the ground. I mean, you can buy them cheap, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's not the greatest, especially for mattress startups. Unless Purple.com wants to sponsor us.
Oh yeah, we
we'll
take
send
it
them an
back.
email.
You guys are the most necessary and important mattress startup in the game now. You're going to change the world.
Look, I'll send you an email, guys. Don't worry. I know you're listening.
Because they're probably just scanning podcasts for like,
Purple.com.
wait until someone mentions it.
Wait until someone says Purple.com.
Speaking of cheaping out on stuff that comes between you and the ground, do you remember? You were telling me about this when you were on that that like 4-week long camp that we all went on in Year 9.
Yeah.
You had a weird choice of footwear for the 2-day hike. I vaguely remember.
What was my choice of footwear?
You were wearing the knockoff Kmart Converse,
I was. Yes.
and you destroyed them in 2 days of hiking.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, no, I didn't have hiking boots. I didn't know we were going on a 2-day hike. They probably told us that, but I probably ignored it. But like, I don't care.
Wasn't it painful though?
No. There were the people that were in more pain were the ones that chafed.
Like chafed or
Yeah, like,
chafed?
oh no, chafed in their pants. Like, I didn't chafe in my pants.
Yeah, it's about underwear choice.
Hmm.
And like this would be a really good spot. By the way, meundies.com. If you want to advertise, I could have just worked in an advertisement there.
Yeah.
But
Naturally, we get more money for that. We don't.
yeah, but I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it comes down to like you need underwear that covers at least down to about there,
Yeah.
or
Michael's
you need to
pointing at
not
his-
have fat thighs, which
Yeah,
isn't
no.
an option for me.
I mean, I didn't. Well, I had relatively fat thighs, but I just didn't shave. And like, it was the like leader on the camp bought like one thing of Lucas's pawpaw ointment. Got used by like the first day.
One communal thing of Luke.
Obviously, you just you put it onto the tube into your hand.
Oh, it's in a tube.
Yeah, it's in a
I
tube.
thought you did that with your hand, so I thought you were like holding a jar. You know how you can get those jars where you
Yeah.
screw off the top, and then I'm sure they make that for Lucas pawpaw ointment too,
Probably, I don't know. That stuff's delicious.
because it's like when you rub that on your inner thigh, you're rubbing every inner thigh that's ever touched.
Have you ever eaten Lucas's pawpaw ointment? You can eat it.
No, well, no.
It's so good. It tastes so. I put it on
I
ice
hate
cream.
pawpaw.
Oh.
But also no, like
You could put it on
dude,
ice cream,
bro. Have you ever eaten Danko rub?
No, because
You can eat it, dude.
That's not fruit.
You can eat. It's eucalyptus. That's a fruit.
No, it's eucalyptus is not a fruit, Michael. It's yeah, no, I've eaten it because it's just pawpaw mashed up and put in a tube.
Is that it?
Yeah, and some like age enhancers or whatever, preservatives.
No, I mean, I always like eating toothpaste.
Did you ever put toothpaste around the rim of your butthole?
No.
I didn't either. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I never did
What
that.
about?
Did you ever? Okay, so toothpaste. We did this on a camp once. We put toothpaste on a guy's eyebrow while he slept,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Oh, it'll probably just bleach his eyebrow." Nah, burned his eyebrow off.
Jeez. Was it like whitening toothpaste or?
I have no idea. It was just whatever toothpaste.
It must have been one of those like chemically active ones. I thought toothpaste was just like mint and soap.
And fluoride.
Fluoride. We need to start buying peroxide toothpaste
I know,
so we
right?
don't get a.
Isn't that already a thing?
Huh?
Isn't that already a thing? I thought that was a thing.
I don't know. Look it up. But actually, here's one. Have you ever done this with toothpaste? Right?
Brush your teeth.
No. So
You've never brushed your teeth.
what you do is, so you get like a flat surface, and you squeeze a little bit of toothpaste on it, and you leave it overnight, and then it's hardened up the next morning, and you can just eat it like a mint.
Is this actually a thing, or is this a thing that?
No.
Is this one of those things that you tells me? And
No, I don't think it's a thing. It might be a thing. A lot of things are actually a thing.
yes, by definition, being a thing makes them a thing.
No, but like, there's a thing. Like, this is a thing, but like,
There are other things that aren't things.
Yes, Queen is a thing.
Yeah.
That's like a thing.
Yes, but some things are not things.
So there are things in that they're an object, and then there's things that are like
They exist.
a cultural concept, like Yes, Queen. Right?
Yes.
But some of those things aren't a thing.
Yes.
But a lot of them are a thing.
Okay. So,
Say things more.
for something to be a thing, it needs to be in existence, and some things that aren't in existence aren't a thing.
I think we're going in circles here.
What do you mean going in circles? We're making good headway on what things aren't things and
Okay.
what things are things.
So, if I have a thing,
Yeah.
but it isn't a thing, is it still a thing?
No, by definition of being by starting the sentence, I have a thing makes it a thing.
But it not being a thing doesn't unmake it a thing?
No, it's something by definition. Something not being a thing makes it not exist.
So what if it's a thing, but it's also not a thing?
Everything is a thing, right? All things are things. Things that aren't things don't exist.
Have you ever eaten that antifungal cream?
That was way out of left field. I was like, I thought you were about to
Oh,
be like,
you were saying you eat pawpaw ointment, so
I don't eat it. I have eaten it. It's not like I go to the shops and I'm like, I got to get bread, milk, pawpaw ointment. Just got to get me some of that pawpaw ointment in me, you know.
But have you ever eaten antifungal cream? Like Caniston or something?
No, what the hell would I eat that?
Caniston. The smarter choice.
That's not...
Don't eat Caniston.
Okay, anything we say to eat, don't eat. Unless it's Lucas's pawpaw ointment, because that's delicious. Like, I'd put that on my ice cream. Have you smelled that stuff?
Yeah, I don't like pawpaw.
Oh.
We've established this.
Well, I
My
assume
not
that-
liking pawpaw is a thing.
Yes, being in existence.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to adjust the mic there. But
You
no,
really need to get shock mounts for it. Anyway.
shock mounts.
See that thing?
Oh. Okay.
I've got one. I need to get a second one. And probably a third and a fourth one for when we do that big four-way.
Yeah.
Whatever that might be.
Spoiler alert, or give them a taste of all two people listening. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, it's what is all the things? You know what is a thing? The Thing from Addams Family. Thing.
Mm.
Thing is a thing.
Yes, so Ray used to look like the thing from the Addams Family.
When?
No, remember she had the hair that came down to like
Oh,
past her butt?
no, it's cousin It.
Oh, that's Cousin It. Yeah, that's true. Well, but you know, Soray's hand looks a lot like the thing from the Addams Family. I don't know if they were the same actor or something.
Hand.
Her hand, yeah. The thing was the hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Her hand looks a lot like whatever the thing was.
So do most hands.
Jeez. Yeah, you're
All
right.
right. Speaking of, I had this. I actually said this bit. I actually had this bit lined up for last week's podcast, the conspiracies, because it links loosely into a conspiracy. So you know how there's the saying, "I know it like the back of my hand."
Yeah.
I recently noticed something different about the back of my hand.
What?
So I don't know. I've never like looked at it at this angle, but I've got like weird hairs like there, right?
Oh, yeah.
That come down.
Like right there.
Yeah, that like
Yep.
come down. So it's not on like the forehand, backhand.
Yeah, but there's and it almost goes a little bit behind.
Yeah, and it like goes down into there. And I'm like, I literally said, huh, that's new on the back of my hand. And I was like,
Wow.
wow, I just made a thing. So the conspiracy was, what if, I don't know, pick a corporation, let's say Google, Apple. No, Apple's more evil, I guess.
About half.
What if Apple is changing the back of our hands so we can't use the saying, I know it like the back of my hand?
What do they have to gain from that?
Money.
How?
I don't know. Selling more stuff.
But they can do that without changing.
Well, I mean,
hands.
you look, because that's how deep ingrained it is, right? You're now advocating for Apple, right? Being like, no, they don't do that. That's like, no, the world isn't flat.
Like maybe they do that, but I don't understand why they would do it.
To make money, I don't know. Isn't that what all conspiracies are?
Yeah, okay, but I guess there's probably some corporations that are just like, oh, we're evil. We should do something evil. But like not too evil because we still have a PR department.
Or the PR department's just really good.
So we're sort of gradually clawing our way back to Twitter, which is the next.
Yeah.
Did we really say anything about Facebook? I
Um,
think we just talked about
Facebook's
what
great.
medical ointments you can eat.
Lucas's pawpaw ointment only. I don't know. Maybe if you got like the natural stuff.
Have you ever eaten deep heat?
No, I haven't. That's not food. I mean, technically, there is pawpaw ointment being medicine.
What about Garnier fructus?
They just say
Fruit
it has.
flavoured.
It's not fruit flavored. It's fruit scented. Scented and flavored are very different things. Have you ever tried to eat a scented candle?
Have you
Not fun.
have you ever drunk lemon detergent?
Again, it is lemon scented detergent. Scented and flavored is very different.
What about a lemon scented Drano?
That's one that doesn't exist because Drano's Drano. Have you ever used Drano? It's pretty cool how it works. You just
No.
pour it down your drain, it clogs your drain.
I don't need to do that.
And it's literally like the bottle has like a kid safe cap on it.
Well, yeah, it's I think quite literally poison.
No,
So
it's
that's why I wanted to.
It's corrosive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I wanted to see if you drunk it.
I mean, I haven't.
Did it get you regular again?
Not being
after you
brain-
drank it.
You really unclogged me. I mean, not being brain damaged, I would suggest that no, I haven't drunk it.
Have you ever drunk vodka?
Yes.
Isn't it basically the same thing?
Well, being vodka not being corrosive, no, it's very different.
I'm sure it's corrosive if you left your hand in it for long enough. Like, you know, you can like stick because Coke's corrosive.
Yeah, but like a lot less
Eventually.
corrosive. Yeah.
Have you ever drunk that new Coke flavor, Coke Drano?
That sounds like a drink from like a nightclub in like King's Cross.
All right, I think we're beating a dead horse here.
Coke and Drano.
Oh, have you ever drunken water that a horse died in?
No.
I was just trying to connect it to dead horses.
Oh,
Although, remember Soraya's dog that one time? Not her current dog. I mean, her Labrador.
yeah.
How
Oh, there was the dead bird.
there's
and
the pool with the dead birds in it.
and then
And she was
like,
just drinking out of
it's
dead
just like
bird
drinking
water.
dead bird water, and it's like probably not the greatest idea. Hey. But yeah, no, it was
So yeah, Facebook.
Facebook full of racists.
It's like 50-50 racists and
Inner city lefties.
like hardcore inner city lefties. Like the sort who are like, I think we just need to do communism again. Like I don't think we did it right the first 15 times.
I mean, look, okay, not everyone's a racist or an inner city lefty. There are some people that just sit there on Facebook looking at memes. I'm one of those people.
Yeah. But they also don't go into the comments section.
Oh, I just go in the comment section.
I mean, I look at the comments section, but I don't interact because like I feel like that's like
because you have some sort of intelligence.
no, it's like you go onto the. It's like if you go into the tuberculosis ward at the hospital, you know, you got to expect something's going to happen, right? It's the same with the Facebook comments section.
Yeah. No, I just look Facebook. I don't know. Do you reckon Mark Zuckerberg could spare like a couple of grand to buy me a computer?
Well, what if he gave us like 50 grand, just as like we could each buy a computer and then put the rest into the podcast.
We would have such a high production value.
Please, Mark. I know you can hear us.
Mark, I know you're there.
You're plugged into the internet. You're monitoring all the channels. He's a robot, by the way.
Even before this gets released, we know that you've heard this.
Please, Mark. You're our only hope. I was just talking into my phone, by the way.
Oh.
FBI guy. We cool, yeah?
Can you get onto Mark for me?
Hey, FBI guy, can I speak to Donald? Is Donald there?
I need a question. Okay, next. Twitter. Personal jinx.
Did you see, do you know a third of it, or a large portion of Twitter is owned by a Saudi prince?
Like the company or Twitter accounts?
The company.
Oh,
yeah. No, yeah, not the accounts.
Yeah, why is it a Saudi prince? I heard this. You told me.
Because he invested in it.
Oh.
Because he's this like billionaire investor. Probably trillionaire because it's Saudi Arabia we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like they are probably the richest, well, no, they're definitely the richest family in the world, the Sauds.
Yeah.
Like the family of Saud. So what, the king and his thousands of children and grandchildren.
You saw that thing when he, the king of Saudi Arabia went somewhere and the escalator on his jet stopped.
No.
So he was coming like, you know how like when a famous person comes out of their jet, it's all like media circus and like waving and he's so the escalator coming out of his private jet stopped, and he was stuck on the stairs and he's like looking around and he's like, is there a reason we stopped? And like it took him like 2 minutes before he was like, okay, this isn't going to start up again. I should walk.
Yeah, I bet someone
got executed for that.
Yeah, I bet someone got thrown off a rooftop.
I mean, no, I don't know, but like, yeah, Twitter. I've never used. I made Twitter once as a joke. I was annoying people when I was younger, playing video games, being like, #follow me on Twitter.
So it annoys me that people can just create a hashtag.
I mean, we've made one. We have #ensmartenyourself.
Oh, do we?
Well,
it's okay when we do it.
I said one. I said I put it on an Instagram post. Are hashtags cross-platform?
Yep. Now they are.
So if you search #diddlekids, right? No, don't hashtag.
Why was that your first?
I got a song stuck in my head. It's
Gary Glitter Rock and Roll Part 2.
That's it.
Yep. He diddled kids.
No, yeah, and so like you hashtag that. Does it come up with all of them or just Twitter? Because when you used to do search Google hashtags, it used to just come up with just Twitter.
I mean, it has Twitter at the top, but it'll come up with results from Instagram, I think. But they'll just look like normal results.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Because you know how like the Twitter one is its own little section.
Yeah.
And you can like scroll across.
Yes. But yeah, no, like I've
It's like that whole thing with Kanye West. Because I remember seeing that the other day and noticing it for the first time because I just Googled Kanye West, not even #Kanye West or anything like that. And it said Twitter posts about Kanye West. And it was all people... Half of it was people complaining about the whole scoop-diddy-whoop thing.
The what?
Scoopity-whoop.
I didn't see it.
I'll have to show you it afterwards.
Okay.
But when I saw it, he immediately became the greatest rapper of all time to me. But a lot of people felt very disrespected by it.
Yeah.
Because he basically... So he had this song and the beat was like really good. Right?
Yeah. I will
And then
give
he's
him
like,
that.
he's like, yeah, this next verse though. And then the next verse, like, you know how there's that sort of breakdown that you hear in EDM, it's like boom, 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 that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it sort of breaks down, and then he just goes scoopity whoop, poopity scoopity whoop, poop, poop, scoopity whoop. You know, it just does that.
Really?
That's the one verse in the song, and then the song ends.
Wow.
And I was like, that is like that was the best thing I've ever seen. Honestly, like just the balls it took to do that.
Oh yeah. No, and he got in trouble recently for. He said something about Donald Trump. I don't know.
Yeah, he said him and Donald Trump were dragon energy.
Sorry.
I gotta read so he said, "No one can make me not love Donald Trump. We are dragon energy." I don't know what that means.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't think he does either.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, he's off his meds or something.
Yeah, I'd
But
say so.
I don't know, because like it was never a secret that he was a Trump supporter. Like I thought everybody already knew,
Yeah.
because like he was talking about that stuff like in November '08, and then later on, not '08, November 8th,
Yeah.
around about when the election happened.
Yeah.
Like around about the election, then he was like the first person Trump met with in Trump Tower after he won. Which, like, that's what people would have accused Barack Obama of doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what, like, some KKK guy would say about that.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, right? It's I saw a thing earlier. Oh, actually, it wasn't earlier this week. It was probably about a month ago, where Kanye isn't actually a name. They spelled Kane wrong. So Kayne.
Well, that's kind of not correct.
Yeah, that's not correct either. Kane is, well, I mean, if you're going biblical, it's Cain or Cane or Kane, then Kayne. And I was like, yeah, Kanye is actually just a misspelling of Kane. Because Kane West, that's actually a sick name.
Kanye West. Yeah, actually, I mean, Kanye West is pretty good.
Yeah.
But only because Kanye West owned it and, like, turned it into a thing. Sorry, I'm trying to find this Dragon Energy tweet because it was next level.
See, that's the thing about Twitter. It's like I don't know how it became actually a thing. Oh, I do. But it was literally just Facebook statuses, limit to 120 characters.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the whole website.
Yeah. I mean, now it's 280 now, I think.
240.
People...
They doubled it. That's all
I thought it was 140, and then it was 280.
Oh. No, yeah, I think that's right, yeah. But like I know like the only reason it really became famous was because it was actually an avenue for like celebrities to just say something other than Facebook.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with Trump, but the mob can't make me not love him. We are both dragon energy. He is my brother. You are my brother, Donald. Sorry. I love everyone. I don't agree with everything anyone does. That's what makes us individuals, and we have the right to independent thought.
Yeah.
And then retweeted by Donald J. Trump. Thank you, Kanye. Very cool.
I saw that one. That's been memed a lot.
Yeah, people got...
Yeah, no, like the reason that Twitter became like big was because, well, Facebook already had it, but it was so that famous people could then just like people like did bang go on out to the masses, and then you could follow specifically that person rather than having to add them as a friend and then them accept the friend request.
Yeah, and that was before the whole official page thing happened on Facebook too.
Yeah, which I mean, look, I mean, there was still like fan pages or whatever, or liking pages or whatever it was.
Yeah, and there was some fan pages where you knew that like whoever ran it was like,
not it.
No, like you knew they were connected to the, oh, they were the publicist or something.
Oh yeah,
But
like Michael Jackson health updates.
man, that
Have you seen that?
he's still dead. There's a I think I've
Yeah.
seen that. Someone
Yeah, it's like, and they message it and it's like,
Yo, what's
hey,
up with
how's
Michael?
Hey, how's he doing? He's still dead. Try again tomorrow. But
now the real question is, did they start that before his health went down, or before he was murdered, depending on who you ask?
I mean, I don't know. Do you want to ask them? I'm going to ask them right now.
Don't use the Ensmarten Yourself account.
Why not?
Wait, are they on Facebook or on Twitter?
I think they're on Facebook.
See, that's what the Michael Jackson health updates.
Okay, so it's Michael Jackson climbing a tree.
What?
It's the first
No,
health
I'm
update.
intrigued. Now go back to him
Daily
climbing a tree.
updates on Michael Jackson. On Michael Jackson's health condition.
Do you remember when like there were those people that like
Yeah, hold on. I gotta show you this. So there's like a meme there, right? Michael Jackson is dead. Changed my mind.
or some people don't think so.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
That's excellent.
That's a real commitment there.
That's exactly what I think they should have said. The only other way they could have done it is like they just list his vital signs. They're like heart rate 0, respiration rate 0, blood pressure 0/0.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what that was, but yeah, I think. Oh, thank you for
Is
this
that what you were saying?
beautiful rendition. No, it's I don't know. All right, back to Twitter.
Yep.
I think it's a stupid platform. We have it, and
You don't
I
use
will-
it.
Well,
But-
no, we have it as in Ensmarten Yourself podcast has it. Follow us on Twitter, hashtag
Ensmarten Yourself, hashtag enlightenment, hashtag dragon energy.
Get lent. Yeah, look, we yeah, I don't know. I'll be responding to. Damn it. Sorry, I just flicked my hair tie over there, and I was fiddling with it because I need something to fiddle with because I'm a fidgeter. And no, I did never have a fidget spinner.
Nah, man, I'll be back in like 20 years.
Yeah, they'll be retro. But yeah, no, look, Twitter, it's I don't know, I just don't use it. Our social media manager that we hired.
My life isn't interesting enough to tweet about.
Or you don't have to tweet about your life. You could just tweet about deep thoughts like Jaden Smith.
Yeah, but I don't want to be one of those people that just tweets at celebrities. Like, there's actually a bunch of journalists. I mean, I use journalists like kind of lightly, but they're people with those blue verified marks.
Oh
And
yeah.
all they do is they have alerts set up for Donald Trump tweeting, so that they can tweet him, and like they actually have a set of prepared tweets like ready to go. So they'll wake up at like 3 a.m. because that's when Trump tweets. I don't think he sleeps. He must have one of those crazy like 2 hours a day sleep schedules.
Yeah.
Anyway, he tweets at like 3 a.m. and then they'll get up and they'll say like, "Your disrespect of the Mueller investigation, blah blah blah." They like just parrot talking points at him, and like obviously it's like usually it's unrelated to the actual tweet, but it's the only way to get to the top in the algorithm is that they have to get in really early.
Oh, okay.
So they have an alert set so they can be at the top of Donald Trump's algorithm to get themselves like lefty points basically.
That's really funny. Yeah. No, I get that. It's like all thing. Like you can manipulate like all like social media like that. You can do it with YouTube as well. You can manipulate it in the sense that, for example, I found out about this earlier. If your YouTube video gets put on a news website, it then goes to the front, like lots of news websites, it goes to the front page of YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I guess the algorithm is set up to be like, oh, it's on a lot of news websites. This must be news. let's put it on the front page. So that's, for example, how Logan Paul, Jake Paul, whichever one, they're both assholes.
Logan.
Yeah, whichever one did the Suicide Forest thing, they got put to the front of YouTube, and that's why it stayed there so long, because it kept getting put on news sites. And so there's ways to manipulate it like that, which I think is interesting.
I'm just going to check what my next
What's
one
your,
is.
what's your next boyo?
Do you remember Google Plus?
Yes.
Do you know it's actually still around? It's still
Well,
a thing. Sort of.
stop trying to make things happen, Mike. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, I get that. It's used by a lot of companies. I know that. So like, Google Plus, from memory, had like a social media that you could get for your company that just had your company in it. So you could share whatever the hell your company is doing.
Yeah, there's that whole circles thing.
That's it.
I have
yeah.
Google Hangouts, but I only use that because Soraya has an iPhone and I have a Pixel, and we can't send images to each other. We can by MMS, but it's expensive.
I mean, you just get WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or.
She doesn't check Facebook Messenger.
Oh,
I was like, why don't we just use Facebook Messenger? He says, I turned off notifications for it. And at first I was like, okay, that explains so much. Secondly, and then it was like, well, why don't you just turn notifications back on? And then she quite sensibly said, well, I don't want my life to stop for Facebook messages. And they will. No, and it will if I get like a notification for it, because I'll instinctively want to check it. So she was like, all right, well, just use Google Hangouts. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it was easy enough because we both have Google accounts, so.
yeah, I get that.
It was very convenient. Try it now. No, anyway,
Try it now. Pay us money, Google.
try it out. So yeah, that's all I had to say about Google Plus. It's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I've never
whatever
used
happened
it.
to it.
I remember like YouTube videos, you know how they like follow us on Twitter at the end of them, like follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. They used to have Google Plus in there, and then it just fell off the radar.
Yeah. Someday they'll be like, do you remember Google Plus? Well, this is what he looks like now. You remember that meme?
Feel old yet?
No, not yeah. Phil Hodgett. Now let's show a picture of Facebook.
Oh, there was a really good one of that. I can't remember what it was. Whatever. What's your next one? Because that's all I got for Google Plus. Nothing remotely funny. Or for more.
Insta. We have that now.
We have Instagram. Go double tap those photos.
Is that what you do to like
Yes.
the photo? Okay.
That's the fastest way to do it. Actually, well,
I
I
use
mean,
no social media other than basically Facebook, like personally.
yeah, you can live stream from Instagram now as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's useful. So I didn't really want to use Facebook Live. There's been too many murders on Facebook Live for me to be totally comfortable with it.
I mean,
No, legit, there was a guy in like Chicago. It's always Chicago, who like he started live streaming, and then he just went out into the street and shot a guy in the head in the live stream.
wow.
And the worst part was like there was like I saw a screenshot from the live stream, and you know how it shows the emojis that are going, and it's all like laugh and heart emojis.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, what the hell?
People, that's Facebook for you.
Yeah, and like supposedly like, and he live streamed as the guy like slowly dies on the ground,
Jeez.
and it was up for like 3 hours after it happened.
See, the thing with Instagram, all right, back to Instagram. The thing with Instagram is it's like, it's a different, like, meta altogether on top of that. So it's like, people went on Twitter to follow celebrities. There's two types of people on Instagram. Instagram models and people that like looking at Instagram models.
Like Ronald,
Yes, Ronald, he
he is a thirsty gentleman.
yes, much like most gentlemen. But yeah, no, it's like, you know, you can pay for followers on Instagram.
And that makes sense. Like bots or just people who are like, okay,
I think
here's 20 cents. Follow.
I think how it works is you pay third party to get you followers, and then that third party then says to people, "Hey, you want $1? Go follow this person." And yeah, like a guy I used to play games with did it, and he was like, and I don't know why you would tell people you paid for followers on Instagram, but he was like, "Yeah, I pay for followers on Instagram. It's still cheap." And I was like, what are you trying to tell us here?" Like, he was a bit of a, he was a bit questionable gentleman. But yeah, no,
Was he the guy who?
yes,
Yep.
yes, that was him. Yeah, and I was like, what is wrong with you? Why would you pay for Instagram followers? I get it if you're like someone famous, yeah, sure, or trying to be famous, or an Instagram model, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, but you can also tell when they've paid for followers, because you have 100,000 followers, but you're getting 1,000 likes per photo. For example, like The Rock, right? I follow him on Instagram. Mainly just workout pictures, semi-homoerotic. May unfollow him now that I said that.
No, you gotta stick it to it now.
Stick to my guns, yeah. Or his guns. Oof.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, he's got like, I don't know, say 1 million followers, but he'll get like 100,000 likes on a photo. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah,
It matches.
you can tell when someone's purchased Instagram followers.
Well, what about those social media influencers who are like, they get deals where they can, if they just have to get photographed with like Smirnoff vodka, and then they get paid for that.
Yeah,
because dependent on the amount of
a lot of like the big
impressions
Instagram
they get.
models. I'm not talking about like Mrs. 10,000 followers on Instagram. I'm talking like upwards of like 500,000.
yeah. Oh yeah, not like
I don't know what like the most is or whatever, but yeah, like the big ones, they get paid by hotels to go to the country and stay in that hotel and just take photos around the pool and say, "Oh my goodness, thanks to Hilton Hotels Senegal."
yeah, and like just sitting here drinking my Bacardi and lime.
It doesn't.
Like,
get
sometimes
any
they don't
fresher
even
than
mention
that.
it. That it's just in the photo and like clearly facing the camera and all that.
Yeah.
Which, you know what, if that's how people,
If
if that's your best skill to make money, more power to you.
you know, I
No
get that.
disrespect here.
Yeah, it was like
I'm just jealous that I couldn't do that because, you know,
I mean, you could. You just need to have a lot of money to begin with.
I'd have to have enough money that I could afford to be in the gym every day and not work.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just going to flick back. So my original story we started with, right? He also was like, he said to me, he's like, "Look, all Google wants is your money." And I was like, heaven forbid a company wants to make money.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of their job.
Yeah, that's literally you go into work to get something out of it, whether you're a company, like a profitable company, or you just love weaving baskets or whatever you do on Etsy, or you're a not-for-profit charity or whatever. Yes,
Even a not-for-profit charity has to make money.
yeah, they got to turn the lights on somehow and pay people. But like
Yeah.
the not-for-profit, here's the
But
kick
then
with
they
the
might be one of the dodgy ones that like smuggles people or something.
here's the kick with not-for-profit charities. Not-for-profit charities have to have $0 in their account at tax time.
Yep.
So that's what makes them not for profit.
Well, you know Rolex is a not-for-profit? They're just not a charity, but they're a not-for-profit, and they can't have any money. It's the same deal there.
Yeah, they can't.
They invest all their money back into R&D.
Well, that makes sense.
Hold on, I got to check that I didn't totally pull that out of my ass.
Well, no, it does make sense that there would be a lot of companies like that make money and are not-for-profit organizations. It's like apparently FIFA's a not-for-profit organization. They're definitely not. They're corrupt as hell. They're
Okay, the shares are held in trust for
Trust?
the Hans Wildorf Foundation, which does charity work in Geneva.
in the city Geneva. Isn't that Switzerland?
Yeah, well, it's a Swiss company.
Ah,
And the money doesn't belong to anyone, so it's all donated to the charity or put back into R&D.
okay. How much you got to research and develop a watch? Come on, guys.
I mean, have you seen their watches?
Yeah.
Have you seen that documentary, Goldeneye, where the watch has a laser in it? That's not cheap.
I mean,
Does James Bond have a Rolex?
I don't know,
Or is
he's
it,
got-
he
he's
has
got a
Omega
watch.
or something, doesn't he?
I have no idea.
I,
He drinks Heineken now.
I mean, he
And
also...
in that one movie, he drove a Hyundai or a Honda or a Toyota or something.
Yeah, I felt betrayed.
Yeah, but then he like wins the Aston Martin in the Casino Royale.
Well,
Is that why it's called
there's so
Casino
much product
Royale?
placement these days.
Is that why it's called Casino Royale?
Why?
Because he like went
Because the
into
casino is the Casino Royale?
oh, I thought it was like it's a battle royale in a casino
No.
because he went.
That'd
played
be
a
way cooler.
Played a poker game in
Montenegro.
whoa, hate
I
crime.
knew you'd do that.
Hate crime. You can't say that word. Monty. No, I'm kidding.
I bet that was like a slur for something. At
Well,
some point.
yeah.
Like, you bloody Monties.
Well, what's the like Montenegro was it called that because
Black Mountain.
ah
There's a big mountain there. No, it's dark.
that country doesn't exist anymore, does it?
No, I think it still does. It's like a city-state. It's tiny.
Monty.
It's like the city is basically the country.
Oh no, it does. What am I thinking of?
I think there's one like that doesn't exist anymore. Monte Carlo. By the way, that's the best Arnott's biscuit. Is the Monte Carlo?
Which one's that? I don't know how.
It's the one with the red jam and cream in the middle.
Yeah.
That's the best Arnott's biscuit. Arnott's, the smarter choice.
All right, I'm going to stop there. So I typed in. I know there's a country that doesn't exist anymore that's got the word like Negro is the last word. And so I just Googled countries that end with Negro. And then it said, did you mean countries that have Negroes?
What?
And I was like, I'm gonna stop there. But no, yeah, like I don't know. All right, what was our next on
Snapchat.
topic? Snapchat.
Do you remember that whole thing? I say that all the time.
Yes.
Every time I say it, it bugs me. That
all
whole thing.
things are things.
Do you remember the sneaky hat?
Sneaky hat.
The sneaky hat?
No.
It was like a Snapchat thing, I think. Or maybe it was slightly before Snapchat. But it was like,
Was this where you got an erection? You held a hat up with your erection,
yes.
and you sent us. Yeah.
Yeah, and you just took a nude photo of yourself, but there was a hat over your junk. Or junk.
That was well before.
That was before Snapchat, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well before. Yeah.
It was just such poor image quality. I thought, oh, that must be Snapchat.
Yeah.
that
See,
was-
actually, interesting thing about Snapchat.
Did you ever do sneaky hat?
No, I did the invisible hat.
Did you ever eat a hat?
No, I did not eat a hat. You know what? I'm gonna go buy some pawpaw ointment. I'm gonna put it on ice cream. And it's gonna be delicious.
Okay.
All right, cool.
That'll be our first Instagram post is you putting...
Cool.
Yeah, just
pawpaw
film yourself
ointment.
putting it on, and then you just... Like, this will be our beef. Like, we need some beef to, like, liven up the podcast a bit.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten any controversy from that time we said in a podcast. We need controversy to get it to be famous.
What about... So, Snapchat.
Okay.
Is Snapchat on the way out? Someone told me.
So there is a thing to this. I think it was Rihanna or Beyonce or something sent out a tweet saying delete Snapchat, boycott Snapchat,
Why?
because there was a new update that everyone hated and Rihanna especially hated, or Beyonce especially hated. It was one of those
Beyonce, yep.
more prominent African American.
It's the queen
female.
they talk about when they say "Yas, queen."
Well, no, it was like I don't know which one it was. It could have been any of them.
I think it was Beyonce.
Oh.
Because Rihanna's got a deal with Samsung.
That doesn't own Snapchat. No,
Oh, they don't?
I
I thought Samsung owned everything.
No, probably. I thought it was Google.
They own a surprising amount of stuff.
Yeah, they
Like
were,
you
yeah.
would think Samsung, like, oh, that's a little mum and pop shop compared to
Like, yeah.
Google. But
But no, yeah. So one of them, whatever prominent African American female songwriter, singer songwriter, yeah, they tweeted out saying boycott Snapchat, delete it, and their stock started to fall.
wow.
And so yeah,
So does that
I
mean-
think it is.
Should we just like constantly DM this podcast to like Rihanna and Beyonce?
What, you want our stock price to fall?
No, and tell them just to give it an endorsement. But then again, I don't think Beyonce fans would be like super into us,
No,
or at least like the people who care about Beyonce. enough to
smart
follow her on
Beyonce
Twitter.
fans maybe. I'm kidding. Danger zone. Yeah, I don't know. Like, look, Snapchat. Look, it was originally a thing that was people used just to send nudes to each other because the other person didn't save them.
Yeah, I didn't realize for a long time that you could actually wear clothes while using Snapchat.
But see, that's the thing, right? Snapchat came out like a few years after, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, we have all of them."
Yeah,
And it's like
Nothing's ever deleted.
they didn't save it, but we didn't delete it. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And yeah, it was like that, and it was just, and then like the real big thing for Snapchat was the face filters.
Mm.
Have you ever played with those? Some of them are funny, some of them are just asinine.
Whenever that, like, you know how they add new filters every now and then.
Yeah, and different phones get
Every
different filters.
time, well, almost every time now. Not anymore because I changed phones. But when I had an iPhone, every time there was new Snapchat filters, Soraya would just send me videos of her screwing around with the Snapchat filters. And like, oh, look at this, I'm a bug. And I'm like, yeah. Look at this, I'm a bee.
Congratulations!
Oh, I'm an old man. Although it was funny because the old man one looks almost exactly like Soraya's dad. And
Yeah.
and like she looks a bit like him too. I'm not sure why exactly. Must be some like family relation there.
Yeah, some
But,
sort of genetics.
But yeah, and then she looked like exactly like him as well. It was really weird. It was very confusing for me.
Yeah, no, I get. I mean, I get that. I don't know, but like, Snapchat had the one thing that it really had that was different was stories, but then everyone started getting stories. So like Facebook.
Yeah,
had them.
Facebook now has stories. Does Twitter have stories?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I think Twitter's pretty much stayed mostly the same.
Yeah, pretty unchanged.
And then, except for
Instagram has
280
stories.
characters now.
Yeah, Instagram has stories. But yeah, like I don't know. Snapchat. It's pretty much it. Sending nudes, filters, stories that now everyone has.
And sending nudes with filters. They should have made like after dark filters.
Hey,
They just make your junk bigger.
have you seen there are people that go around a house with the filter active,
Yeah.
trying to see if they can pick up ghosts?
Yeah.
Because you know how sometimes like
Oh,
the image detection will pick up like an image behind you or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they try. That's what they try to do.
Yeah, I remember there's a few videos of people like doing the face swap thing.
And then it like
normally, and then
disappears
suddenly
on-
their face turns black and their face is back here and then they go, ah!
yeah. I mean, they can now pick up pets as well. They can pick up animal faces, so you can face swap with your pet.
Why?
I don't know, because the internet's still obsessed with animals.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
I mean, I send Katie photos of the cat when she's doing something adorable or annoying.
No, it's when it's annoying, it's funny.
Oh yeah, so
When it's adorable, it's just cute.
Yeah, all right. Let's Snapchat. What's the next one?
There's this new social network called End Business Yourself.
Oh, in business. Oh, cool.
Is that loud enough?
Are you trying to get a bug? I don't know. I can't see.
I just want to put a spot so I know where to put the theme.
Ha! Very cool.
Business. You're up. Finance. Marketing. And big on your portfolio.
What was your business idea?
So, I was actually brainstorming ideas this week, and I came to the conclusion that kids, pets, and parents are very large target markets. Okay.
You mean pet owners?
Yes, pet owners, people that own pets. Yeah.
Like Rusty can't buy anything. He doesn't have a bank account.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We need to advocate for animal rights. We need to get them jobs, get them.
Well, there's a few animals that are like the mayor of particular towns in. Legit.
They're like, yeah, they're the face. Yeah, they take the downfall when they get caught with a stripper. But yeah, no, it's so
like Mayor Rover was caught setting up a slush fund.
I can just imagine like the local like TV station. In the news today, Mayor Rover was caught doing a line of coke off a stripper. He has yet to make an announcement about this or come out and make a formal statement, but it is very damning. Yeah. But no, okay, so now it got me thinking, right? Why don't you just add kids to normal things that don't have kids that are already pretty good money makers? So the first one I had was kids yoga. Parents, so the kids see their parents doing yoga and they're like, Mommy and Daddy, I want to do yoga. And then they're like, all right, whatever, I'll take you to yoga. Then they start doing yoga, right?
Mhm.
Pet yoga. You pay someone to do yoga with you. So you're doing yoga, but you do use your pet with it.
Right, and like you incorporate the dog into the pose or something.
Yeah, so
or-
it's like, let's do the Simba. And you like hold them up.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That'll be like your salute to the earth or whatever.
Yeah, praise the sun. I don't know what's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you just incorporate things that are normal. So, for example, I don't know, kids boxing class. You just box kids.
Yeah.
Pet boxing classes.
I think that's called a dog fighting ring. And I think that's illegal.
I mean, or you could make it 220 kilometers offshore, and then it's not illegal because you're in international waters. I don't know if that's. I don't know. If
I don't
that's
know. I
the
feel like it'd
distance.
be less hassle to just like book a flight to Somalia and then just do it there.
Yeah, but then you get robbed.
Yeah, maybe Libya. Oh no, Libya's even worse.
We should make
Libya,
okay.
you get sold into slavery.
All right, what we do is we make a giant floating casino.
I like it.
220
Isn't that
kilometers.
just a cruise ship?
Well, yes, but it's in the one spot, right? I don't know what international waters. I think it's 220. Right, international waters, and it's just there. You have your own helipad, and I just came up with this on the spot. You have your own helipad and your own like landing strip,
Yeah.
so that like billionaires can come in and land and stuff. And
It's like if you don't have a helicopter, you can't be on the ship.
oh no, you can get your boat out there. Like take
No. Like I think that's good because that means only people who own helicopters can land on it. Or you just do high stakes gambling, but it's actually secretly money laundering for them.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We get the money. Laundering.
But thing is, you could also have like extreme like events put
You
on.
could have like midget gladiators,
Yeah, or
dwarf
hate
gladiators.
crime, dude. Or you could. No, I was thinking more like you could have like you could hire an MMA fighter, and then just like okay, MMA fighter, chimp. Who wins?
How many chimps can you fight off?
Well, like I would say an MMA fighter would struggle with one chimp.
We have Diego
They're very
Gonzalez.
they're
versus
ridiculously strong chimps.
Mr. Pebbles, the chimp.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
like 5-on-1 MMA.
yeah,
like-
but 5 kids.
Yeah, 5 kids. It's legal there.
It's legal. It's international waters.
Or like, okay, dog fighting's cruel, right? But what about dogs fighting humans? And you just get humans that are convicted of animal cruelty. And then you're just like, I don't even know if that's a crime, but
Yeah, I'd say so.
like you get death row prisoners and you're just like, okay, you can get your freedom if you can outswim these dogs.
You could even
And you get some like hardcore swimming dogs too.
you could I'm going on from this as well. You could totally get like the I forget what it was called, but it was like a launch a launch game for the original Xbox, and it was like gladiators, and it was like mini games, and but they were gladiator based mini games. So they had like the ball, like the caged balls.
Yep.
You could get that, and then I put them over a pit of water, and so if they knock each other off, they drown because the cage is heavier than them, obviously.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's the. In fact, forget the casino. Let's have a floating coliseum
All right, cool.
that you bet on.
That you can bet at.
Yep.
Only if you're billionaires.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And we populated it entirely with death row prisoners from countries where
You can buy
actually
prisoners.
no, life prisoners from countries where the prison is actually more cruel than whatever we're going to do to them. So it's like it doesn't. You're like, okay, yeah. Admittedly, we're making them fight in giant steel cages.
Okay, would you like to be
But-
waterboarded
Yeah.
or drown in a giant steel cage?
Yeah, it's like, but they were going to get tortured in Guantanamo Bay or whatever the Chinese version of it is.
And we can get them to pay the
Yeah,
countries
and
to
that
pay
eases,
us.
it eases their prison system.
It can get them to pay us to take their prisoners off their hands.
Yeah, like we
But
just
then
got,
we need to set up a prison to hold the prisoners.
It's called the Colosseum.
Yeah, but like, what are they just going to like hang out and just be like, hey?
No,
what
because
are
they die.
Yeah, but before they die, do they just hanging out or like what?
No, like they arrive and it's like, okay, here's a knife. Go that way.
Here's a knife. Here's a dark room.
Yeah.
first one out.
No, you gotta have like it's all about efficiency and like micromanagement, right? You just like you gotta. It's like there can't be much distance, but or time between like he arrives at the ship or wakes up on the ship maybe, and then like he's fighting in a gladiator battle to the death.
Okay. I'm seeing one problem. The only real problem,
Yeah.
we don't have enough money to fund this. That's the only foreseeable problem.
We need to find. I guess we need to like find one of those like absolute Martin Shkreli.
No. Okay. All right, you know the giant floating garbage island in the Pacific?
Yeah.
We use that.
Can you
Or
stand on
Atlantic.
it?
I think it's Atlantic. I don't know.
Because I thought it was just like floating.
I assume it'd be buoyant enough to hold a Colosseum.
I mean, I'm down for it if you are, but
No, but that solves two problems. We get rid of a whole bunch of. I mean, we're just on top of the plastic, but we stop it floating around,
yeah, and
moving,
we get rid
and
of some human garbage.
and we
No,
get
did I say that?
and we get some unrehabilitationable people.
You just get the most emotionally charged crime.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's the only thing wrong with this is money.
Yeah,
But yeah, like I don't, okay,
and like we can get all the governments on board because we'll just say, look,
Hey.
you've got an overcrowded prison system. Not you, Sweden, but like the rest of you.
hey, the rest of you, chuck us your prisoners. You've got to bring them here though,
Yeah, like just
and pay us money to get rid of them.
yeah, and like we'll don't ask, but we'll figure out how to get rid of them.
All right, here we go. All right, skip the floating, garbage island, whatever. I don't care anything about you anymore. We're not about that.
Yeah,
We just make islands in the Pacific,
like China.
like China.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just make islands and then just make them ours. Yeah.
No, I bet you could find an Arab prince who'd be super into this idea.
If there's an Arab prince out there that's super into this idea, ensmartenyourself@gmail.com.
Yep. No, because
Or Twitter or Facebook or whatever we got now.
yeah, and then the because they know how to build islands over there too, because they do that all the time.
That's right. They do. They have that big palm tree thing.
Yeah, so maybe Qatar. Like Qatar, that's where the degenerate princes are.
human
like the
slaves,
complete
yeah.
degenerates. But yeah, I feel good about this idea. We just
Yeah, no.
we just need to put a nice business plan together, like
We'll make a
work up pitch.
portfolio and we'll put some suits on and we'll just go to a boardroom full of
This is way better than my idea.
Middle Easterns. Oh man, I just came up with it on the spot.
So here's my idea. All right.
Yeah.
So you know how there's those when you listen, when there's a rap song, there's the rapping part and then there's the beat.
Yeah.
So you make beats
Yeah.
and you sell them to aspiring rappers, but only to Sikh rappers. And you call it Sikh Beats.
See, you could do that as well. Like, what? This is a branch on. So that's a good idea. Except it's very niche. So you could sell it for like $1 billion, but then like,
Yeah, but that's the only way the joke works.
yeah, I know. But okay, so you just make a whole bunch of beats, all right? So you make every conceivable beat ever. You copyright them all, and then you get people to pay them for you. This is sort of like last week's one as well, where it's
Yeah.
you copyright the porn name of the porn parody name of a movie, and then when they use it, you sue them for intellectual property. Or I don't know if that works like that.
What if we buy Kanye West and then we just get him to make... That sounds really unfortunate. I shouldn't have said buy Kanye West.
We're not
What if
buying
we
slaves.
hire Kanye West?
We buy him like you do nowadays with a rental. No, I'm kidding. Hiring.
We hire him to just produce beats, and then we sell those beats to people who want to sound like Kanye.
See, the thing with that is, sorry, if you actually listen to Kanye songs and you actually cut them down, they're actually, a lot of them aren't just like a dude pressing whatever on a drum machine. It's actually like human voices.
Oh yeah,
Because Kanye said a while ago the best instrument ever is the human voice, right?
and the best of those is his voice, right? Is that what he said?
No, I mean probably, but like yeah,
He tried
if
to sing Bohemian Rhapsody at Coachella.
Where really?
It was so bad because like he uses autotune
Yeah.
on the studio, the record.
Yeah,
He does not use autotune live.
you don't auto tune for rap. You auto tune for singing. Oh, I guess.
No, but he sings sometimes in the chorus.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, look, Kanye's an anomaly of sorts. He was really good when he started, and he does have good stuff, but some of the stuff he's released recently is okay, but
Oh, dude, this new Scoop Diddy Whoop one that is the best song possibly ever. It's in the best song in the history of songs, maybe ever.
it's the worst. Yeah, that was a Trump quote, yeah.
Yeah, that's relevant.
I mean, we should, I don't know. I like my business idea. We should, any Saudi princes or
Yeah.
Donald Trump, if you're into that, you've got money.
No, he's a germaphobe.
Oh, really? He doesn't like...
That was his defense when the whole. You remember that thing about like when BuzzFeed published that that secret document that said he got prostitutes to pee on him or something.
Yeah.
That was like, I think that document also was from 4chan,
Oh,
and it was like, let's see if we can fool.
full of news website again.
Yeah, except they made it, and then some ex-spy who was doing opposition research found it and then quoted it in his report, and then the report is what got leaked to BuzzFeed.
Yeah. 4chan always did those things like the like the Bleed for Bieber.
Oh god, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
That was that was just
Do
classic.
you remember Donald Trump? That was their best prank of all time, I think.
What?
4chan was like hardcore for
Yeah, of course they bloody were. It's 4chan. It's anonymous.
yeah.
No, it's I think it's.
It's mostly through memes.
Oh yeah.
So as we've discussed before, meme magic is real.
And he who memes reigns supreme. It's only a matter of time before Clive gets in.
Yeah. Well, see, what he needs to do is he needs to embrace that frog.
Yeah, the rare pepes.
Yeah, because that was because basically, I don't know what it was about those, but something was alarming enough about it that Hillary Clinton decided to mention in a speech. So then she
Pepe
was
the
just
frog, yeah.
and she was talking about this cartoon frog, and she just looked like an
that's right.
absolute madman.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I've seen that one.
I mean, I guess what she was going for was like racism can hide even in things that your kid might be seeing. But she just ended up being a crazy old lady yelling at the frog.
Classic. Nah, I know. Look, people are stupid. I've said this many times, on and off the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like
That's why we need to ensmarten them.
that's why we're doing this podcast. We're we're doing you a service.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's it.
Is that us?
Yeah.
That sounds like us.
So
How do we sign this off now? Or do you want to do last week's one?
we are ensmarting yourself on everything. Like
Yeah,
on
look,
every
just Google
social
Smart Yourself.
thing.
You'll probably find us.
Hashtag Dragon Energy, of course.
Yeah, look, I mean,
We're out.
we're out. Do you want to sign off like last week?
No.
Did you cut that out?
I did cut that out.
Okay, please. Okay, good.